Well, I tried letting this run for a year while it was uploading and had to pause it and wait for the uploads to finish on the two episodes that we've got today. And now we are dealing with this issue. And this issue is not going to resolve itself anytime soon. So I'm going to have to do this the hard way and go ahead and accept a loss of a load, two loads, one of steel, one of coal. So these are high value loads I'm losing. And yes, I am seriously considering switching out mice for the rest of the day. All right. Unpause you. Go to depot as well so we can assign you a line. The worst part is I can get this thing going. No problem. I've actually decided I got a better idea. Unload him only. There we go. By unload only, he'll at least won't lose the load, and then I can kick the unload only back off once he makes the delivery. I'm sounding a little rough. I just tried to breathe my coffee. We are on pot number 2 for those of you tracking caffeination levels of Kelly. Kelly caffeination is a very important issue here. Hey, for those of you who don't know, this is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. I'm Kelly Jack, the gaming persona here on the Dyford Rex channel. And we are in the Simutrans sessions. Oh, I put him on unload only. Turn him off, and I should be able to get him to rotate through. Why did he go? Oh, that's because I set him the right way. I'm still going to send him back to the depot. Once he's in the depot, we can deal with him in the depot by actually telling him that he is on the Riverside Steel Rollers line. And that will solve that issue, hopefully. Tells you how long he was stuck. Not a good thing. All right. And we need to look here. Yes, he went in, so we need to start him up as well. Things are going to take and get squared away slowly but surely. One of several things I do need to take and consider doing is double tracking in front of the double basis or the main junction here, because frankly, this is getting to be a pain. And I am seriously considering doing that third final line here, the pass through line, so that just like I have a pass through here, I have a pass through there. And we're going to go ahead and do that and see if this will straighten out any more of our issues that we've got. It's going to mean a tough slog. And this will let me take that out, put our signal there, and we need to start considering a different lineup on everything here. There we go. Gonna need to do a little bit of groundwork here, unfortunately. Nope, not as much as I thought. Okay. And we will also have to bit more work as time goes on. Now, with everything connected in, we should be able to set these, eliminate a section of track here. There we go. Tighten him up. Now we've got the double line there, the double line there. We're going to eliminate a signal for the moment. And we do need to look into a bridge. I've been trying to hold off on this because he was already so financially tapped. And part of what we need to do here is eliminate those two sections, tie that together, and do that raised section here that we've been threatening to do for a while. To tie this up right. Now we can set up there we go. Actually, I want him right there. There we go. Now it has made a conglomerate that I didn't want that we're going to have to eliminate. There we go. Now we should have our capabilities. And if we go to the coal mine, need to open the coker and do a change on his schedule. He's just coming right over here to the Ashman, which is the Riverside Coke, Riverside Steel, right? I think we called it. We just never renamed any of these. Got to get these names in so that we have things squared away right. There we go. He doesn't need the pass through. Down the road, there's something else here that comes out of here that will. There we go. We're starting to look a lot better. There we go. A couple more signals, fixes some issues. Again, signaling is one of the biggest headaches you're going to have on double lines, single lines, passing lines, all of it. You've got to make certain that you got your signals in right, or you're going to have train crashes or train jam ups galore. And as you can see, that's been my biggest issue, has been my signaling. I'm going to take and do an intermediate signal. There we go. It really should have been there. There we go. All nice and cleaned up a little bit better. I'm still going to have some issues because I'm not doing the priority signals or things like that. We're just trying to get things loaded in. And it is getting us a little bit better. Goes to Riverside Steel. Build that station and get him over there. That's something that I'm going to do down the road, right there. That's a nice tourism spot, and I might take and start putting people from the Vales to be able to get to there and back over to the other communities. So we've been looking at all of our stationing, all of our setups. Got just 2 passengers, no mail yet. Midway Donjon Station. Hey, that looks nice. And we've done some pretty good work on this. And in the near future, we will begin doing a few other things. Let's check who we're actually playing as at the moment. Eastern, so I really shouldn't have been playing with his signs. But it let me, and that's scary. All right, so we've done some work for Eastern. Hopefully those will start, and it's time for Don John to begin getting his little things. First things first, let's get this little line section fixed to both reduce our count and at the same time speed up the line. And now it's time to start laying that higher speed track. There we go. Getting ourselves set up here. Costing a lot of money. But unfortunately, you got to make money to spend money to make money. Ain't that what they say? Just about there to the town. And then we go over and into our station. Need to take and do this so that we can add if we wish to take and connect to another community. Now, with that part done, it's time to start thinking about the how to do an interline. Well, I'm not letting them take passenger or trains on it, so it's only cargo. And right now, no cargo goes over it, so it's useless. But it's set up and it's ready to go. He will take and start speeding faster on his train issues. We're at 10% of 20, and I am ready to looking at my, yeah, I'm going to take and add another bus. Now we are going to wait until that bus is about to downtown station before I launch him so that they're at opposite ends and are crossing instead of jamming each other up right behind each other. I really might let him get beyond Pine downtown station too, but there's a dispatch line. So we are adding that to the Pinedon Station Snake. There he goes. So we've added a second bus. That's our first second bus. Coming over to here. Again, we're not making money yet. Many lines. I mean, you look at his lines. Ooh, did the collector not get launched? There's no vehicle on it. There's no vehicle on the collector. Oh, did we screw up? Yes, we did. Okay, let's get a mail truck. Put him onto the collector. Now we need to take a look at our vehicle list. Go to our settings, special filter, and no route. And nobody's got a no route, no line. There he is. And that's what had happened. Okay, that's easy enough to fix. And they are at opposite ends of the line right now, so that's making it a little bit better. We're going to lose some money on this. But at the same time, I'd rather lose a little bit of money than a lot of money. We are looking really good on how we've done. We are going to go ahead and spend the $100 for a new sign. And it's been kind of rubbing it in that, the other two guys haven't established HQs yet. And DDI, you know, D-Rex has sort of rubbed it in really harsh. to the point that it's time to think about what else DDI can do with what they are allowed to do. Now, one thing that we're noticing is that old B is not connected in. And I just decided, you know what? Old B's along the way, and in my opinion, that makes it fair game. And another thing I'm thinking about is where all do these guys work from? Old B, Malalock. Look at that. So we might want to take and add another thing that comes out here and services this. To begin with, it'll make us some money. 355 potential passengers, 30 bags of mail. That's worth putting a car on. So we're going to lay yet one more line right here. Do this. Bring him down like this, and then here we're going to do this so that it looks somewhat. At this time, this section of track is closed, as will be this section. So they'll have to take this and have to go this way. There we go. I'm closing both ways on that. And same here. Down the road, we might create a little circulator line that sort of circulates. But we'd need to have a gate that prevents anybody else from servicing on these, and we will do that. I will show you how to take and put up those gates. But right now, we're going to go ahead and see what I called it. And then over here, again, going to do a 3 train. And these are going to be 2 separate trains initially. Actually, you know what? That got me a weird idea. That got me an E-nuke idea. The problem is it then takes and sends everybody back the long way. So Olden Station, I might just do a bus line over and do a bus bridge over and bring them up by a bus to the station. In fact, I've got a spot to do that right here. we're going to use an Icarus on this bus, and we're well past our normal line, and set up some bus stops. First one we're going to set up is station, town, town, town. There we go. So station, station, core town, back. And then in town, we're just going to take and run a jalopy. I think I've got everything squared away here. Now I figured out where the break was the hard way by just covering all the spots it could have been. And we're going to kind of reserve a spot here for mail. Looks good. Let's go ahead and take and launch a train onto that. We do need to fire up a train line. And speed up those train lines on those sections. I don't mind this being slow. And we're going to go ahead and take those two signs out and put a one-way and a one-way. All right, get our first two trains onto the lines here. There he is. other one is going to come down to here to here, and that will be the and by expanding our stations, now we should have a good run. One thing I do need to do is tell this line on the Elder Dragon that I need at least 20%. We're looking good. This is 30 minutes. We're going to call this a vid. Uh, it'll take a while for these to begin generating some passengers, but I have my connections. I have my yard at both ends for feed in for the interline by leaving one line as the interline feed. They all have to funnel in through that, which we will deal with next time round. And hopefully I'll find some cargo that can go in between the two that one or the other can start hauling. I'm Callie Jack. Have a better day than I'm having.